In the earliest moments of product design, ideas exist in a state of pure possibility. Nothing is heavy, nothing is fixed. Yet this weightless, exploratory period dictates exactly what the final physical object will become. This graph plots a product's timeline against committed costs. Notice the massive vertical spike. The vast majority of budget is locked in before any material is cut. A second line tracking design rigidity runs parallel. As costs lock in, physical limitations follow. Teams routinely look around an empty concept room and assume they have time to pivot. They mistake the absence of steel and plastic for an absence of permanence. Failing to recognize how quickly these invisible constraints harden guarantees expensive, uncorrectable flaws once the design reaches the factory floor. Product creation bounces between two absolute extremes: the cheap, ephemeral pencil sketch and the dense, unforgiving manufacturing tool. Erasing a line on a digital tablet carries zero financial or operational risk. You can change your mind 100 times before lunch. Sobering. But the moment that design transfers to the physical tooling phase, the mathematics violently shift. A mistake here requires scrapping a $500,000 mold. Highly successful product teams understand this dynamic. They actively resist the pressure to rush towards physical production. Instead of committing to the first viable idea, a single node branches into dozens of diverging structural paths. Teams rigorously test iterations against intersecting criteria. Branches are systematically pruned, measuring every angle until one optimized path survives. They front-load their exploration to entirely eliminate structural uncertainty, long before the cost of making a change becomes economically impossible. The physical mold serves as the absolute point of no return in the entire manufacturing lifecycle. This is an entirely unforgiving environment. The ability to iterate dies the exact second the cavity is cut. If a flawed design enters that mold, the error ceases to be theoretical. It becomes a permanent, infinitely replicated physical reality on the assembly line. Mass production operates under a strict physical constraint. A finished part can only ever reflect the exact dimensions of the space it leaves behind. Once tooling begins, human intention steps aside. The product is strictly shaped by the unyielding boundaries of the chosen steel. A physical object now exists in the world, forever bound by the choices made when it was merely an idea on a screen. Because the consequence of tooling is absolute, that initial exploration phase must be utterly exhaustive. This high-stakes environment requires a dedicated mechanism. Depix Design Intelligence provides the analytical framework to navigate this transition.
Depix accelerates the comparison process, allowing teams to generate and evaluate comprehensive design directions at the speed of thought. With this complete visibility, engineering and design units never have to commit to a manufacturing path blindly or prematurely. They can make the irreversible transition from a fluid sketch to a hard tool with absolute intentionality. A decision is cheap as a sketch and brutal once tooled. Teams must see every angle before they build, ensuring that the final permanent line is drawn entirely on purpose.